Cynder's lair is where hope goes to die, Spyro. A dark, foreboding place in which Cynder broods and skulks and plans her next assault. You must make your way to her fortress, where I'm sure Ignitus is being held.
Next time I say that I want to face Cynder, why don't you go ahead and punch me in the mouth?
No problem.
Terador made it sound like this place was uninhabited.
Now what fun would that be? Come on, we've got to take them out.
Yo guys, Jarek the Gaming Dragon here, once again doing some more Spyro, except for this time I'm going to show you one of the, just one of the regular levels. I only uploaded about 20 minutes of this level. This level ended up being about an hour and 30 minutes long with me pretty much breezing through it. I'm going to make this look a lot simpler than it really is. This is the very last level of the game. So you have all the powers and everything's upgraded. It makes it look like you can blow through the game, like the game is really easy when it's not. It's kind of like how at the end of the first Assassin's Creed you have everything unlocked and you can just go through and pretty much kill everyone. And I mean, if you let your guard down and not play very well for like a little bit of a time, then yeah, of course you'll die, but otherwise you have things pretty under control. That's pretty much what this is like. Like right here, this power is incredibly useful, probably the most useful power out of all of them. This one might be a little bit overpowered, but whatever, it's just damn useful. Anyway, my opinions about this game, mixed opinions about it. They, excuse me, still sick. They did a decent job story-wise. It really... There's one thing that makes me say that this game can't stack up to the original Spyro games, and that's just that the game is much more linear than the original Spyro games were. The original Spyro games, I mean, they were action-adventure games. Adventure was really the whole point of the original Spyro games. That's really why you had to collect all the gems and the eggs, is because they wanted to force you to look through the whole map, the whole world that they created. They pretty much created a bunch of different worlds, gave you a bunch of different objectives that you had to finish, and went, here you go, do them at your own free pace, whatever you want to do. Choose, you don't have to do them in any specific order, there's no linear path you have to follow. In this game, there is a very linear path. It's not as long as the original ones, but the original ones were very long games. Honestly, the only original one that I played was, I think it was Year of the Dragon. And, you know, I played that, I beat it, so I got a lot of gameplay done there, and yeah, not exactly new to Spyro in any way whatsoever, but it just, this game really misses the adventure aspect that the original games had. And really that's all the complaint I have about it, to be honest, other than the fact that the game isn't generally too repetitious, but sometimes it can be, like locking you in an area. Like I think about right here, they do that same thing, lock you in an area and then defeat a bunch of enemies, and then the area finally opens up, and that's, you get stuck in places like doing this a lot. I remember on the first level, the snow level, you were stuck fighting enemies for literally about a good straight 10 minutes before they finally let you pass. And you know, parts like that in this game don't really motivate me to continue playing until I get past that part, but once you're past it, it's fine, I guess. Yeah, it's not as good as the original Spyro games, but the one thing I want to say is that just because it's made by someone else and you felt that the game was going to suck before it even came out, just stop saying that all the games after the original Spyro games that aren't made by Insomniac suck. It's a little bit different, it's something different. I mean, it's not the world's best game, but it's not a bad game in any way whatsoever. And by the way, this is one of the stronger moves you get. That it's pretty much you're being overrun, so here you go. Just here's a weapon to give you a lot of space and pretty much clear out the map. It's pretty useful. But yeah, just because it's not made by Insomniac and it's not the same thing doesn't mean it sucks. It's nowhere near as good, don't get me wrong. But it's not bad. It's definitely not bad. Really, where they really improved in this game was just the story in general. And I get a lot of people on the other video I uploaded basically saying voice acting is horrible, and don't confuse bad voice acting with bad writing or bad presentation. And people fall into that a lot. People will look at someone's acting and go, wow, that acting is horrible, when in all reality, they don't have bad acting. That's just the way the writers and director wanted them to act. In fact, in this game, they have a lot of top-notch actors. The voice acting is actually very, very good in this game, but it's what they want to do and how they want them to act is so... I mean, they wanted this to be kind of a darker Spyro, and it's almost very hard to take it seriously, because the direction they took it, it looks very cartoonish. They try to add a serious plot, and I mean, it works if you can look over all of it, but it's sort of hard to take it seriously just because of how almost childish it is, yet they're trying to make it look darker at the same time. And, I mean, I guess it works. They did a decent job with it. The original Spyro games, I'm going to be completely honest, like the first one I played on PlayStation 1, I don't remember jack shit about the story. I remember the gameplay. I mean, the first ones weren't really about the story too much. But the way they brought story into this, and it was a pretty in-depth, immersive game in general. Just really, that's the only part where I have to complain, is that this game is not as near as... There's no exploration. You have a linear path to go down, and I know I've said this before, but I miss the way the old Spyro games played, and I really did hate collecting all the gems in every single map. Oh, God. I remember the first time I played through my first Spyro game, I unlocked all the eggs, got all of them, and thought, thank God, I'll be able to finally advance to the next doors. And then it's like, no, you have to unlock all the gems too, and have to find those. And I almost just rage quit playing right there. It's like, God damn it. Okay, fine. I'll go back and find all your fucking stupid gems all over again. You know. But ultimately, that it gives you a lot more playtime too, and really allows you to explore the game. If you don't come into Spyro, the original ones, with the mindset of, I want to explore and, you know, just relax and take it kind of slowly, you're probably not going to like Spyro too much, just because of how it plays. And like I said, this one really misses that adventure aspect. I mean, it's like having The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time without an open box world, without there being much exploration. I mean, imagine how much worse that game would be. I mean, it wouldn't be as near as good as the instant classic, what everyone holds Zelda up to be type of game, you know? So, I guess that's what I have to say about it. I mean, I like it. It's definitely not bad. I'd probably give it about a 7 out of 10, maybe being a little generous, but it's definitely not that bad of a game. It's just not that great of a game either. Either way, it's worth playing. I would probably rent it and beat it and then call it done. Now, as I was saying about the powers, you have 4 different powers, unlike the old ones. The old ones, you didn't have that. With this, you have fire, ice, earth, and electricity. All of which are very useful, and that's the first thing you want to do is upgrade all of them. Because the earth one and the fire one, this is the fire one completely upgraded, just explosions everywhere. And it's really hard for them to attack you when they're being knocked on the ground by explosions like crazy. The earth one is by far the most useful, because if anyone's anywhere within 15-20 feet of that attack, they get pulled into it and they don't attack you, and you can just kill them. So it's definitely very, very, very useful. So yeah, I guess that's what I have to say about it. I'm only uploading, like I said, only uploading 20 minutes of this gameplay. Talked for about 8 minutes of it. I don't feel like talking for the whole video because it's pretty much the same thing, just some more Spyro gameplay, but I'll upload the first 20 minutes of the level leading up to the final boss. Well, actually not leading up to the final boss, about an hour and 50 minutes short of the final boss, really. But I'll upload a video of the final boss as well next time. So here's some more Spyro gameplay. Don't feel like talking for the rest of it, because I can't stop talking without coughing every 5 seconds. And I guess I'll see you guys after this video ends on the next video. Enjoy.
work, big guy. Now for the next one.
Almost there.
Done and done. Freaking out.
Come on. Ignitus is waiting.